Hello and welcome back to the channel, and today you find me out in Storrington. And Storrington is a little village nestled north of South Downs. We can see Spectacular in the background, and today we are in Mill Square, because what we're going to do in this video is we're going to avoid some of the older 1980s horrific architecture, and we're going to head across to where the old mill used to be. So Storrington basically grew up around the mill, so having the South Downs on its south end, you get a huge amount of water coming through, and that flow of water would turn the wheel on the mill, and that would be used obviously for mechanical purposes. So yeah, around here it's not very pretty, but once we head onto the other side of this road, things start to get a whole lot more interesting. Right, so as I said, there was a mill here, Bin Mill, which once stood on the northern bank of the pond, which is right there, and it was built in 1707. Originally the mill produced flour, used for, amongst other things, the famous Storrington kibble loaf. Later production switched to the grinding of animal feed, which continued up until World War II. Before the mill gradually fell out of use and became derelict, and was finally demolished in 1973. Old mill flats here stand in its place, and the last remaining vestige of the mill is an oblong iron opening in the brick wall behind the pond where the water entered the power mill. The reason I brought you here is just because look at this greenery. Had lots of rain and lots of sun, but not a really nice summer. But it seems to have produced a really nice canopy on the trees at the moment. Thought it would be nice to take a stroll down the Millstream. So one of the reasons I've come to this is that I'm also testing out a new piece of equipment. I've been filming all my videos for the last couple of years on a Hohem, I think it's pronounced Hohem gimbal, and served me well, and it's very lightweight, very compact, fits in my pocket well, and it was very cheap, to be fair. I think it was under £40, maybe £50. It was 2 years ago, but I think it was designed for a previous era of mobile phones, and mobile phones have got bigger and heavier, and the little electric motors that power it just seem to struggle to keep up. And I've been noticing when editing the videos that there's been some weird electrical noises sort of coming in, and I thought that has been either wind noise or the microphone, but I've changed mics, and maybe it was something I was wearing. Anyway, long and short is that I think it might be the microphone's close proximity to an electromagnetic field, and the motor's just struggling to keep up. So yeah, I thought I would test out this new gimbal. It's a DJI Osmo Mobile SE. This is the old gimbal, and this is the new gimbal. So I'm currently using DJI drones, and I'm really happy with how the drones work. So I kind of thought I would keep everything in-house with DJI, but steep learning curve when you go onto a new bit of equipment, but also just a charming little area, this one. Lots of little waterfalls, stepping stones for us to have a look at. But this is the Millstream that basically came from the mill pond, draining away the water. Meanders all the way down there, and we'll see a bit further down. I'm not sure why there is, but there's quite a lot of rubble within the stream, and I don't know whether that's because when the old mill became derelict, some of those bits fell out of the mill and got washed downstream. But it doesn't seem to have been any real effort by anybody to do any kind of cleaning out of the stream or tidy up locally. To be honest, there's old Coke cans and stuff just laying around, albeit that all of this walkway alongside the Millstream is extremely well maintained and engineered. One of the other reasons I've brought you here is the weather again has been extremely unpredictable. Got high wind speeds, and so I can't get the drone up, so I need to really stay down somewhere where the wind can't whip around. Doesn't seem to be as windy in Storrington as it is on the south of the Downs. This I'm going to be pointing out these things on the way, but this tree is amazing because I don't know whether you can tell yet, but this tree has fallen over. It's got its roots still sipping from the Millstream. However, all of these, what now you'd count as trees, are all growing off this long trunk. So as I was saying, there's lots of litter around here. Obviously very popular with children, doing a bit of fishing, but it must be lovely for them to live in such proximity to this beautiful strip of green in the middle of Storrington. So the other reason I brought you down here is that we've got lots of things going on. We've got the Parham Steam Rally and the Goodwood Festival of Speed. So the roads and people are extremely busy at the moment, so I thought I'd bring you somewhere where it would be less busy and I can get on with filming without being interrupted by too many people. So I hope you're going to be able to hear me because the stream is quite heavy now. So yeah, interesting bits of the old, maybe it's part of the mill, just laying in the stream. I'm not quite sure what these bits of concrete are. As I said earlier, you can see sort of rocks all the way down the stream. So yeah, let me know, do you know what all of this debris is that's sitting in the stream? So this is one of my favourite sections of it, just because of all the trees that we get and this lovely boardwalk that helps us get over the marshy area. These trees must be loving all of the dampness. All of them are super tall. Full of birdsong as well. No pathway that I know about on this side of it, so we are a little bit limited. And it's a charming walk if you want to bring your kids, because there's obviously places to play. They can have a little paddle down in the stream. The water is incredibly clear. It's not dirty or murky at all, as you can see. So it comes fresh off the Downs. So yeah, you can let your kids paddle around in that. Again, some more debris sitting in there. This section going west is not quite so amazing. You sort of huddle along the side of this modern estate. I'll catch up with you at the end of this. Just along this path we can see that hazelnuts are starting to approach the point where they're going to start turning brown, so probably a couple of months away from actually being ready to pick. Alright, so right here we've got a choice. We can either cross the bridge or go down there. I'm going to go down on the left hand path and then we'll come back via the bridge. So I'm having a pretty steep learning curve with this gimbal. It's not making life particularly easy for me. I'm not even convinced that the footage is going to be that great as well, to be brutally honest. Seems to be a little bit jerky looking at it through the phone screen. One of the really great things you can do in this walk is cross the river via this fallen tree. So myself and my daughter filmed a video here, and I looked it up. It was 2 years ago, so she would have been 5 at the time, and the little soldier walked this across all by herself. So it has aged a little bit since we last came. Yeah, it's one of those ones that when you're walking across, you sort of edge out. But as I was saying previously, you can see here there's all of this debris laying in the Millstream. I'm not going to go any further, just simply because I've got a brand new gimbal in my hand and also a bag full of camera gear on my back, so it would be stupid to do so. But what's this in the middle of the path as well? Complete random, looks like some kind of milk churn of some description. So I've got the mic on, and one of the benefits of this gimbal is looking it through the screen from the gimbal. It's actually showing me that the microphone is picking up my voice, which is nice. So in the last video I shot, there were some bits that I had to bin because the mic had decided to turn itself off or not work. Again, anyone else know what this is just laying in the middle of the stream? Looks like some kind of cistern of some description to me, or even a fuel tank. I don't know, because I've got the mic on, whether you'll be able to, it's not showing me that there's any noise surrounding me from the bird song, but some huge trees on this walk. I think this is a pine looking high up, absolutely enormous. We'll probably get a different perspective of it a little bit further along. Here we have another waterfall, and in this area there's a lot of sand, which you can probably see in the bottom of the stream, but also sandstone as well. They've got this sandstone rock jutting out a bit further along from here at Amberley. There's some huge rock formations that pop out the side. We've not filmed them on the channel before. It's one of my to-do lists. This gap here actually looks to me a lot further than it actually is, or you could jump this one, but probably not one for little children. Enormous amount of water rushing through. And if we pop down here, over on the left here as well, we've got what is also another waterfall. So on our return visit, we'll have a look at this separate stream right down there. So there's a lovely bench put in here of solid stone, and I can't think of a better way to stop and drink a cup of coffee than to take a seat on this bench with the water thundering in the background. So it looks like the light is dying on us. It's about sort of 5-6 o'clock at the moment, so yeah, quite a thick canopy of trees here. So always when I get to waterfalls, it always amazes me that this happens 24/7. Just sits there thundering away, whether we're awake or asleep. I know that's an obvious thing, but you can see why the power of a watermill would be so great for people before we had the combustion engine or electricity. So right here we can see the old stone walls for the Millstream, still in place and been replaced by some concrete versions. As I said before, this is great fun if you've got kids or even dogs to bring them down to this for a peaceful walk. You are sheltered from the elements a little bit because you're sitting in a natural valley. When we get to the end here, we're just going to pop up on the top of this hill because there's some amazing bits to see. Well, I think they're amazing, and you might find them boring, but we'll see how well this video does. The remains of an old bridge here. It is jumpable. I have jumped it previously. I won't be jumping it today. But you can see here all the bricks that built up the archway. So for this section, I've switched out to using the camera on the gimbal, but not using the inbuilt app. And see whether that improves some of the performance. Boundary wall there, made of stone. And it's nice that people have put some bits down because it is extremely damp around here. So walking in mud's not great. Old bridge here, this is fantastic. Don't know whether we'll get to see the arch because we're quite... There we go, there's the arch. And lovely noise of just a stream running over rocks. This is the upper side of the bridge. I mean, it's not the most amazing, but it's just cute. This provides access to this stunning modern property here. Oh, these gates. So we can't go any further west from here. It all goes on to private land. So, as I said earlier, we're going to head back through the woods because there's some wonderful old trees up on the top here. One right there, look at that, huge trunk of that one. And obviously another stream running through here. at the size of that. What I'll do is I'll pop the camera down and just walk up to it so you can get some kind of perspective. Can't get my arms around it. Absolutely huge. Right here we've got the other side of that boundary wall. Cobwebs as well. Yuck. And a random chair. So some children have made this into their den. Right, here we've got some more fallen trees, and again we can see where all of these branches have turned in to vertical trees, essentially continuing to grow. Missed this one earlier when me and my daughter came here. There's a rope swing. She would love that. As you can tell, we're getting near to the Millstream again. There is another perspective on the waterfall. So I thought this was a pathway, but it, whether it's been cut off by this tree, I don't know. But here's the other stream I was talking about, which would turn itself into a second waterfall in heavy rain. And we can see again the stonework built up. There's a little bridge crossing across. We might be able to still get through. We just got to clamber a little bit. I was going to say that this walk would be great for somebody who wasn't that stable on their feet, but it's turned into more of an adventure than I expected. Again, you've got to love this bridge down here, haven't you? Single slab of stone laying across some more stones. Feels quite ancient, doesn't it? Almost, dare I say, Middle Earth like. When you look back, again, this would be the pathway of the second stream, and we've come out on the other side of the fallen tree here. So if you're brave enough to do the fallen tree, you can flip across, but we're going to head back off in this direction. So this one brings us out at the bridge, which basically is some kind of pipe line. Not sure what's running in that, water, gas. They've put all of these on there to stop people climbing on that, because number one, it's obviously dangerous, and number two, I don't know how, if the pipe got broke, how disastrous that would be. Not quite as quaint as the other bridges, but nice to see, and we can see the modern housing that's all built around here. That's one of the outlets for it. Yeah, lots of trees in this area, so right up my street. But as I keep saying, this is another example of all of the debris that's fallen into the stream. Still seems to be rolling through at quite a pace, but this is where I'm going to end up the video, because going back that way is going to be just a repeat of the start of the video. If you have made it this way through, if you could hit the like and subscribe button, it will give me more feedback, and it also help the algorithm on YouTube to share my videos across the platform. So but I would like to say thank you for watching if you've made it this far in the video. See you next week at 3 o'clock.